So the Kansas City Chiefs are looking very, very good coming off of a season where they have won the Super Bowl. And they just got their rings. And I got to say, man, the rings look very nice. I'm going to be showing y'all a graphic right here. Yeah, I got to admit, that ring looks pretty fire. And Mahomes is up in 2 rings now. Hopefully that we could get a repeat. I feel like we're going to get a repeat. And that's what I'm going to be touching on in this video. So the Kansas City Chiefs have a very evil plan. And they're about to absolutely dominate the NFL. Secondary looking elite. Very elite, in fact. Linebacker room looking above average. And then they come in, they add Drew Tranquill, who's a very good linebacker. I made a video on him. You have to check that out because I don't want him to be overlooked. And they also added some secondary depth and Mike Edwards. And we didn't even get into their draft yet. But adding Mike Edwards, that was something very nice. And I like that one. He gets a lot of ball. I say he gets a lot of ball. He gets a lot of, he gets very physical on the ball is what I'm meaning to say. Very tired right now. He gets very physical on the ball. He catches a lot of interceptions. He's just a good player overall, and I think that he's going to fit very well into this Kansas City Chiefs team. And it's all about just getting Steve Spagnuolo his players. Get him his players, and type of players he like. When we drafted Jamari Connor, that was a Spags type of safety / cornerback. Because that's what L'Jarius Sneed was. He's a safety / cornerback. And he was originally a safety. Then he got turned into a cornerback. And Jamari Connor is very similar to L'Jarius Sneed. Hard hitter. He could blitz out the nickel. And he does a very good job of that hybrid role. And he also could cover. So Steve Spagnuolo knows what he wants. And that's why I know the Chiefs are going to keep him around for a long time because they're giving him his type of players. George Karlaftis was a Steve Spagnuolo type of defensive lineman. We know Spags loved them, heavy D linemen. And FAU was another one, heavy D lineman that's very strong, but he has a lot of burst, but he's going to need some work. Charles Omenihu, good defensive end / defensive tackle, and he's similar to George Karlaftis when it comes to the build. And they're just giving Spags what he wants, all these athletic players on defense, these young athletic players with a lot of energy. It's going to make opposing offenses panic because this team is very deep at defense. This team is deep at every position, and they hit very hard. They just got Keandre Colburn, who's going to be a very solid interior defensive lineman. So I just love what the Kansas City Chiefs are doing, and their plan is actually very terrifying. Having Patrick Mahomes, who's a Hall of Fame quarterback and who's going to guide you to a lot of victories. And mixing that with a top 10 to top 15 defense is honestly a very terrifying plan. And their plan is probably going to be to lock these teams up, shut them down, while Mahomes is absolutely shreds their defense. And that's a great plan in my opinion. And then this Russian attack is going to wear down these defenses a lot. It's going to wear them down a lot because Isaiah Pacheco, CEH, McKinnon, Deneric Prince, that's a deadly 4 right there. CEH is obviously the weak link, but he's still going to make plays. You get what I mean? Because he still made a lot of plays throughout the season. Then you have Travis Kelce, who's going to obviously destroy everybody with Patrick Mahomes. And hopefully we can re-sign Chris Jones because we definitely don't want to get rid of Chris Jones. I mean, I doubt he's going to play on his contract. I know he wants a new deal because he's holding out on minicamp. So I know for a fact we're going to have to re-sign Chris Jones. And I honestly hope we do that. He's a multiple-time Pro Bowler. He's coming off a season with 15.5 sacks, 17 TFLs. Come on, we have to keep him. He's a very good player. You don't want to lose a player like that because they don't come often. I made a video on that as well. And another thing is having all these versatile wide receivers that could do jet sweeps. They could return, punt return, kick return, you know what I mean? And Nico Remigio, I have to make a video on him soon. He's a weapon. He's going to do a lot for the Chiefs. And I honestly can't wait to see it. I think he can either be a solid wide receiver, but for the most part, he will be a kick returner / punt returner. He was one of the best kick returners in college football. So that's going to be interesting to see what the Kansas City Chiefs do with him. Yeah, man. Overall, the Chiefs team is just very balanced. It's a very good squad. It's probably going to be the best Chiefs team we've seen in years. And I just can't wait to see what Patrick Mahomes does with these weapons. I can't wait to see what the defense does. Can't wait to see what the offensive line does. But man, the Chiefs are going to be a totally different team. Like, I just love the plan of rushing down the field, rushing the ball, chewing the clock, controlling the clock, tempo, you know what I mean? And the defense is dominating every single game while Patrick Mahomes he continues to be Patrick Mahomes. Isaiah Pacheco dominates defensive lines. And the offensive line on our squad blocks their behinds off. I just can't wait to see all of that. And I know all of that's going to happen because Brett Veach has been making these moves throughout these past years to give us a top 15, top 10 defense. That's what he's been trying to do. He's also been rebuilding this offensive line. And he just knows what you need to protect Patrick Mahomes. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is going to be Patrick Mahomes regardless. That's just going to stay like that. Patrick Mahomes is going to be one of the greatest players to touch the field, if not the greatest player to touch the field. So if you just protect him with what he needs, a top defense, a top offensive line, he's going to do what he has to do every week. He's going to lead his team to victories. He's going to get these numbers. He's going to keep racking up these yards. And even when the Chiefs are not trying to pass heavy, they have a rushing attack now that they could lean on. Isaiah Pacheco proved that you could lean on him to get yards. He's unstoppable. He's a beast. He's like the modern-day beast mode. And us getting him was a big deal. That's something that was a big deal. And getting him in the 7th round just goes to show you how, good it is to scout. Like, you have to scout. And I'm proud that the Kansas City Chiefs was able to get such a great player in the 7th round because players like that don't just come, And the cornerbacks, Trent McDuffie, he should have a breakout year. He's going to be a very good player. I have a video on that. Jalen Watson, I'm going to make a video on Jalen Watson soon because he's a very good player and there's a lot of things I didn't realize about him. Scott Moore, another very good player. And my favorite thing to look out for on the defense is going to be Drew Tranquill and Nick Bolton. I want to see how this duo does with each other. I think they're going to be a very good duo. They're both two good players, great players. They both could tackle. They both, make a lot of plays on the field. And then that could help Leo Chanel and Willie Gay as well, having them two very good linebackers starting up ahead of them, And Sky Moore, Kadarius Toney, and Justin Ross. I want that to be the trio. That's really the trio I want to see. That would be fun to watch. The young, exciting trio that we're going to have for years to come, especially Justin Ross. I have a lot of faith in him. I think he's going to be a very good player. And Sky Moore as well. He's going to have a breakout year as well as Kadarius Toney. So them three should do very good this year. Travis Kelce is going to be Travis Kelce. And I want to see how the Chiefs going to do this tight end set more. Jody Fortson, Noah Gray, and Kelce. That's a very good set right there. And I just love the Kansas City Chiefs are doing. And their plan is honestly terrifying. Swing your boy Chiefs Priority. And I'm out, man. Peace.